Good evening and welcome to the newest and latest edition of Musings on 39 podcast. We are only two this evening and I will be joined by Keanu. Keanu, how are you doing?
Good evening, my brother. I'm doing pretty well. I don't have too many complaints.
Oh, that's good, that's good. So, tonight I thought, or we thought, that maybe we should have a different type of podcast. We always discuss football and whatnot, but we thought of maybe having something different. So, I don't know about you, Brew, but when I plan my week. I also plan pretty much what I'm going to eat. I'm one of those guys that like I'll open my fridge and I'll look and I'll be like, "Cool, bro. You need to go get some food," because I hate being that person who goes to the fridge or to the pantry or whatever it may be in your house and there's sweet nothing there. That like just really annoys me. Are you the same?
So just so I understand, right? So are you a daily shopper, or do you like to have things in your house, but you prefer to go to the shops every few days? Just so that I know what type of guy you are, because
Uh Bro, I mean, like for me personally, I suppose it also comes from home or the way you were raised. I have staples, right? So I'll always have pasta, I'll always have flour, I'll always have rice, I'll always have, oil and all of that. So if push comes to shove, you can most even make bread,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I can.
Um, but as a personal preference, I also like keeping some frozen stuff. So like it's also cheaper, varsity student budget. It's cheaper to get like some frozen veg just to keep stock. Like it's a nice thing to put with some rice and whatnot. And yeah, that's what I do there. But in terms of fresh veg, like salad and whatnot, then that I don't mind buying every 2, 3 days, because I like fresh veg. I don't like my lettuce when it goes brown. I like it crisp and fresh and whatnot. And pretty much the same goes for like meat. But if I know that I'm going to have a long week or a busy week, with varsity and tests and whatnot, then I'll probably over the course of the weekend stock up on more meat. So then I'll have stuff to get me through the week. But yeah, that's just how I go. I don't mind buying meat daily per se, but I also have like staples in case I can't go, like your tuna or some frozen meat in the deep freeze and whatnot. So that's how I do it.
That's interesting, bro. For me, I'm I vary. I'm not gonna lie. I also come from a household that tended to have things in the house, but it was also like we decide on the day what we're gonna eat. And now, obviously, living by myself and stuff for a while, I've adapted a bit of both. Often I would have meat. Mostly I have meat readily available. The problem with me generally is making a dish out of something. Like I'm a guy, um, like for example, if I have like a chicken curry, for example, I just get a nice little sauce to mix with, make some rice on the side and whatever. But I'm not the keenest to have like chicken and rice every day. You know what I mean? So I would say sometimes I buy, like, I've got a set amount of meals in my head, and when I'm out getting my groceries, I might purchase one or two of them because I know in the next month I'll eat them. But there's often times when I will go on a day to day or every 2 day basis to maybe, like, I walk in the aisle, see
Mm,
something, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I'm really keen for this today, and I get that. Fresh stuff, I'm kind of with you there, bro. I tend to buy weekly. I'm not a big veg guy, but when I do make something with veg, or I like also to have it fresh. And obviously, if you have it, you tend to make it or try to make meals around it or put it as a side. So I don't know. I don't think I'm a monthly guy because I know a lot of people go, they buy bulk, they stock up for the month, and then even the worst for me is if you're having to pay for that bulk purchase and you're swiping like 1,000, 2,000 at a time, and I some like you get stress,
Yeah.
bro. Like, not.
Yeah.
It's just I feel it's gonna work out the
Yo,
same if I
there's nothing
buy.
worse than money coming out your account, eh?
No, that's the thing is I know my small purchases
Yeah.
might actually end up being more than what the bulk one would be, but I just feel so stressed and anxious seeing that big
Yeah, but it's
amount.
just psychologically it's better.
Yeah, slow burner,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah. Like I'm not gonna are you a list guy or I know what I need, but you always buy more than what you actually
Ooh,
need.
that's naughty, bro. I can't classify myself as a list guy because I sometimes do make lists, but it's very seldom. So I would go to a place or to, let's say, a Checkers or Spa or whatever you would like, and I end up buying a lot of things I don't necessarily need, but then I get things that like a quick drink here or a quick Powerade, quick energy drink, which is a bit like it how can I say it adds up in the end of the day. But yeah, that's just my how I go about things. And yourself,
No, no,
are
no.
you a list guy?
Well, I mean, it depends how much I need. Like if, and also it depends on the financial situation. So if I only need certain things and to stop myself from trying to get other stuff, then I'll go in with a list. Okay, you need this. Done. Cool. Stick to the list. Don't go away from it, whatnot. But sometimes it's also nice to be like, okay, cool, I need veg. What do I feel like? You know, bro, it really depends. But no, I would say on more often than not, I'm not a list guy. It's just more about I have the discipline to not buy crap.
That's difficult to say, bro, because I also don't think I buy crap. But as if I do these daily like purchases, it it sometimes even hurts me because then I purchase like literally two avos, toilet paper, a chocolate, and I don't know something else that I need like I don't know flour and you name it. And then it cost me like 120, 130 rand, and then you're there like, I literally got nothing from this purchase, but cool. So I don't know, sometimes I feel like those bulk purchases just, they might actually be better than what I'm doing, but I just avoid them. I avoid them to be honest. Or I try to. I try to avoid them.
No, no, I agree with that, bro. But also, like, sometimes it's not the food that costs a lot, bro. It's the other stuff that costs quite a bit.
Mm,
Like, yes, ladies, if you're listening to this, men actually do buy shampoo and conditioner. Not every person uses three in one. And that stuff can get quite pricey.
mm,
And then, of course, you always want to smell nice or whatnot. Cologne ain't cheap.
mm.
Cologne ain't cheap. Even just standard deodorant, bro. What you paying now? Like 35 rand
Yeah,
for a can of
easy,
deodorant?
easy.
So you have one for. So let's say you're out of all. So you get one can for your gym bag, one can for the bathroom, and then a spare one, right? So that's 35, 35, 35, bro. That's what, 105
Yeah, for
bucks?
3 deodorants. Look, they last a while, but it's that unexpected couple of bucks that
Yeah,
catch you,
yeah,
eh?
yeah.
But my random thoughts I have for you, right?
Yeah,
Random
yeah.
thoughts. Talking about groceries and buying
Hmm.
things, bro.
Shopping aisle or not shopping aisle?
Close,
Oh,
close,
okay,
close.
okay,
More
yeah.
product. Don't you think Coca-Cola tastes different
Okay.
depending on what you buy it in? Because like this is a thought I've had so many times, and I'm glad I'm bringing it up now because I'll just it's like the 2 liter is different, the can is different, the buddy is different to the smaller buddy. The all the versions are so unique, and I always think to myself like, how's this happening? Like what's going on here? So I thought let me bring this random thoughts up, and I was like, okay, while we're on groceries, what do you think about that, bro?
I've been thinking this for a long time. Like, we've known each other for a very long time now, and like, every time we're together, we pretty much just drink Coke. Like Coke. Well, as we got older, we started throwing alcohol into it, which I also think changes the taste of Coke. But we pretty much drink Coke all the time. Um, yeah, I think I think it has to do with like the amount of carbon dioxide that's in the the bottle or the container. I'm not sure if you noticed, but if you don't, if you like, for example, leave a bottle of Coke open, it will lose its fizz very quickly, right? But I also think that the flavor depends on how it's had, right? So if you buy a 2 liter, right, and you drink out of a 2 liter, it's going to taste completely different to when you open the 2 liter and pour it into a glass.
But how fascinating is it that it just depends where you are on the bottle, in the bottle, that determines the taste, isn't it? If, especially if you're throwing the 2 liter into a glass, then like it tastes differently if you two were to open it and pour it, and then maybe your second and third glass taste differently, and obviously the more you open and close it, the quicker it loses that gassy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It loses the
Yeah,
fizz, and yeah, 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 gassy sensation. Yeah, it's so strange for me because like in South Africa we have those tiny little buddy ones. Those like they look like a tennis ball almost, maybe smaller than that.
I think they're like
You know, those
240
little
mil, if
mini
I'm not
bottles
mistaken,
of
maybe
Coke.
even less, maybe 180 or something like that. They small, bro. But that's
I've never had one before
oh,
in my
is
life,
it?
if I'm very honest with you. Um, no,
I actually
never,
tend to
never,
drink them
never.
quite often because when we go away or stuff, it's much easier to purchase that for if you are to be drinking an alcoholic beverage. It's just much easier to mix because the Coke doesn't become flat. It's kind of
Mm,
like one sensation. You open it, you pour it in like two drinks, and you throw away the bottle because I think it is about 240, 200
mm-hmm.
mils. So those are actually very useful. But it's strange for me because
But also the cans are quite interesting for me as well, though.
are you a fan of the can?
I'm a fan of a can of Coke if it's ice cold. Now, when I mean ice cold, I mean like you take that thing out of the fridge and within 10 seconds that thing is sweating like a Kenyan running a
Mm.
marathon, bro. It's an interesting taste. Very interesting. But I think for pure mix sake, I'll go with a 2 liter.
Nah,
But
dude.
it's
See, I can't. I will if it's like if I don't have time, because obviously it costs cheaper than to buy like 24 if you're going for like three or four drinks to buy 2 liter instead of the big bulk 20 or of those 200 mils. But like if I had a choice, I would really buy the small ones. Dude, I think you should consider it because I feel like it gives you that fresh taste constantly when mixing, if that makes sense. Where the 2 liter, as it goes
yeah,
down, you
yeah.
got some ice, everything's flat.
But we're also forgetting when people get takeout or fast food, you get Coke there, Soda Stream Coke, and then you also get Coca Cola at the cinemas.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a lot of memes going around about McDonald's Sprite, and I'm not really a Sprite fan, so I'm not too sure what that's about. But the Coke, McDonald's Coke was also at a time quite a meme and a trend going around. But I'm quite a fan, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I won't say, look, you have about approximately 40 minutes to drink your Coke from McDonald's. Otherwise, it's off. But I don't know, dude. I'm a fan of it. I'm not gonna lie. I won't say I'm gonna drive there just to buy Coke, but like if I have my meal and that comes with, I'm quite satisfied with what I'm drinking. But what would you say is your favorite Coke of choice or Coca-Cola of choice? Um,
Favorite Coke of choice. Now, this also includes as a mix, eh? And my favorite will be a glass bottle of Coke.
oh, that's naughty, bro. That is naughty. We don't even talk about that. That is oh, dude. That is solid.
Fresh. You hear that? Tsk, and it's, yeah. Oh, baby.
I can't believe I forgot about that, dude. You get the small glass bottles, and you get I think it's about 1.25 liters of also like glass bottle.
Oh, and they're so good. Ice cold, my brew. But it's quite intriguing that like everything tastes different. There's also know that like Coke tastes differently here than what it does in the UK or in the States or whatever. I think that's just down to sugar and like sugar tax that we now have here in South Africa. But also, there's also the different flavors between Coke, Coke Zero, Coke Alles, bro.
That is very true. That's actually what I was trying to say earlier before I lost my train of thought completely. Was that like I was always under the assumption that Coke tastes differently according to the location you are, but like after actually searching this when I had these thoughts, I was like, shit, it seems like the recipe is quite exact all over. And it's actually the packaging, which we are literally speaking about now, which alters the taste slightly according to what it is packaged in. So that's mad, bro. That is really mad.
But it's also mad how, like, if you think of the taste of Coke, right? So it's the cola flavor, right? We've just been told for our whole life that, this is cola,
Mm.
right? And we just go along with it. It's interesting though. Like, for example, like cream soda. Like, you can't attribute that to any other fruit or, something. But, like, I mean, one flavor that I can't wrap my head around that hasn't been given a flavor, for example, like Coca Cola, that's cola, cream soda, that's cream soda, Sparletta is Sparletta, or whatever the case may be. Or you even get like your Granadella twist.
Yeah, just that's now South African because I'm sure like the other countries have different sodas and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
root
South
beer
African
and
ones. Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of vibe. It's yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, of course. Of course. An interesting one is also Mountain Dew. An
I'm
interesting one
I'm a fan,
is
bro. Once again,
Mountain Dew. Like that, like, it's
it's a
very
weird
lemony.
twang as well, dude. But it's I won't say
I
yeah.
like
Look,
it.
it's
I
not.
like it a
It's probably
lot.
not the main like soda brand in our country, but I think it does well internationally. I think it's affiliate of Pepsi or same under Pepsi's branch. But look again. That's a weird. That's a very interesting one. I'm not a Pepsi fan, bro. I'm not. I'm sorry if I'm offending people, but I just don't enjoy it.
Oh, I'm a
I
Pepsi fan,
don't
bro.
enjoy it
I'm a
at
Pepsi
all,
fan.
dude. At all. I've enjoyed Pepsi Max because I feel like it's a bit better than maybe like a Coke Light. But a Pepsi straight, dude, it's not my thing, eh? It's really not my thing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Strange. But yeah, you were saying something you can't wrap your head around flavor wise.
Energy drinks,
Okay, okay.
specifically Red Bull.
Plain Red Bull, normal one, original.
Yeah, yeah, plain Red Bull. Because of course you get like
Your
Red Bull berry,
watermelon,
Red Bull
coconut,
this,
something.
so like you kind of know what's in it.
Oh wow, that you've got you, you
All right. Well, speaking about Red Bull, don't laugh at me. It's my favorite drink, right? But I have one here. I'm not sure if you have one in yours because I know you are a fellow Red Bull addict. But I want to try and decipher what flavor this Red Bull is. So, excuse me to our listeners out there, but I'm going to crack this open live so you guys can see that we are not trying to Google stuff and whatnot. So,
nah, crack it, bro, crack it. So
okay.
to be
She has been
honest, dude, now I'm
cracked.
thinking about it. What flavor is that really, dude? Like, what's cracking? Like, I haven't thought about it because I prefer Red Bull. Like, I won't say I'm a Red Bull fan, bro. I prefer that over the competition. And look, often you get a lot less for your buck, but the taste, bro. And now you've really caught me off guard, dude, because I've never really thought about it. Like, what does it even taste like, dude? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know what size you have. I have the
Oh, so you've gone
355
big,
mil.
bro.
Bro, Is it just me, or does Red Bull just smell like Red Bull?
Dude, like, yo, look, I think you get quite little for your buck,
Mm.
but it's just superior, bro. It's a superior taste, and
Bro, but you're paying for that quality though,
that's what I'm
hey?
saying. I would rather go and give an extra
Yeah.
like couple of bucks
Should
to.
we give the listeners here a little bit of a background story about you and I, right? So Kiana and I have known each other since we were 10 years old. Um, and we used to play cricket at Rambo Cricket Club in Johannesburg, and that's where we met. And we played there, kind of work acquaintances. But then we went to the same high school, and we ended up being in the same cricket team. And from there, our friendship just spiraled out of control. We both support Liverpool. We've been on holidays together. We've spent your days together during the holidays and whatnot. So we kind of went there. But then like when you get to that point in life when it's time to go out now. Now it's time to have some alcoholic beverages and whatnot. And Keanu and I, come hell or high water, would pay the extra cash, and every time we go out, we'll buy a double vodka with Red Bull. Standard procedure.
That's very funny, dude, because that is the truth. It's I have least like kind of moved off it. Look, I'm still a sucker for the drink, but I don't know, dude.
Mm.
I just haven't drank it that much anymore. But I want to ask you, bro. Do you prefer a Red Bull over a Monster? Because I know you're quite a Monster fan, so I don't want to pinch a little nerve or say something offside now. But do you prefer a Red Bull over a Monster, or just you don't mind? Or where's your stand?
Um, look, if you're giving me stock standard plain Red Bull with just Red Bull, and if you're giving me you know a monster, an original monster, that's the black one with the green M. I'll probably take the Red Bull. It's my favorite. Nothing can compete. Monster's a close second, but it's nothing compared to Red Bull. But in terms of variety of flavor, I like Monster more.
Oh, that's dead, bro.
In the
I
sense that like if I'm not keen for a monster, like if I'm not keen for that plain one, I want something a little bit more tropical, a little bit more,
have
you
you
know,
tried other Red
like
Bull
Monster
flavor?
have a cherry flavor one. They have grape.
Uh,
Bro, probably second to the original is probably that watermelon one.
the red one,
Oh,
right?
on a hot day, a watermelon Red Bull.
Brew, you know what? I also like that, man. But there's a one at the moment. Also, it's of their summer edition range called Dragon Fruit. It's green. So now in my head, I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool, buy this thing. I think to myself, okay, cool, probably like a greenish tone or comes out red, red. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, it just tastes as good as the watermelon one. It's brilliant. I know there's another white one, some coconut something. I haven't tried it. I'm not always the biggest fan of coconut flavored things.
I've had that one.
Oh, have you?
Oh, bro, it's so nice.
Oh
Bro,
no.
it's so nice.
Oh, here we go. So I have to try it.
Mate, remember in 2019, I went overseas and I went to Austria, the home of Red Bull. And we went around Vienna and then Salzburg and whatnot. And everywhere my brother and I went, we saw different colors of Red Bull and we just buy. Just buy. We like lived on Red Bull, bro. But nothing beats an original Red Bull.
Mm.
Hands down.
You know what's very interesting also that I've it's according to pricing of a Red Bull, especially because like a Red Bull for me is kind of something you pick up either when you need to do work, when you need to study, or when you need to drive. So, or you have a journey, if I could say it like that. So,
Yeah.
I noticed, which
Yeah.
is very interesting for me. But then we can move off the energy drinks and the groceries and whatnot. I checked at a garage about a kilometer away from me, right? And they would sell these 250 plain Red Bull for 20 Rand. So what's that in dollars? What dollar 30 approximately. But then funnily enough, at the same engine with the same owner, because I actually know the people, on a road which is like leading out of town where I'm currently staying, their Red Bull is 25 Rand a can at the garage. So I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is crazy. Because obviously you're on your way out, it's the garage closest to or a gas station, if other people were to be listening, then you go there and you like on your way out of town, so you're gonna quickly just run in, get your Red Bull before you have a couple of hours in your car. And I just thought, crazy, bro. Some people charge the exact same thing, different prices, exact same owners, but the prices differ just because of location.
100%, bro.
Crazy, bro.
100%.
Crazy.
I'll tell you I'll tell you why I got onto Monster.
Okay, I'm listening.
And the reason behind me getting onto Monster is that it's a financial aspect. If I could buy a Red Bull at the same price as a Monster for the quantity that I'm getting, I'll take Red Bull every day. But being on a student budget, Red Bull has almost become a treat or reward. Whereas like Monster, like you pay what, 16 Rand and you get nearly double than what you would get for a Red Bull. So from a costly perspective and quantity perspective, so if it wasn't for that, I'd probably just still have Red Bull, you know. But yeah, that's why I got onto Monster is because of that financial aspect. But the thing is that Red Bull has built up such a big name, it's insane. And personally, if you can afford it, Red Bull is the way to go.
Dude, I promise you this will be my last thing about energy drinks, right? What's your opinion on Dragon? All flavors Dragon. Don't be unfair if you have tried more than one.
I kid you not. I think I've only ever had a dragon once, and I cannot remember the flavor, so I can't
Ah,
comment.
okay. Well, for me, right, in high school, there was a mate of ours
Yeah.
that used to sell dragons on a Friday. Now, dragon is like a very local. I don't think it's international, but correct me if I'm. It might be international because I could swear I've seen it being advertised. But anyway, so it's an energy drink as well. I think it's quite local, but anyways, whatnot. Um, this mate used to sell it on Fridays, and I wasn't a fan of the original taste, and it has like a big dragon on the front with red and whatever. Now I'm still not a fan of it. I don't like it, but then he brings a green dragon, and I was like, you know what? For shits and giggles, I think it was selling for like $10, which is less than a dollar. Um, I was like, okay, cool. Let me purchase this, bro. And I
Yeah.
kid you not. It is like a apple sours, but just more drinkable. Like I'm saying, apple sour is like the alcoholic drink now, normally a shot, right? It's
Mmm.
exactly
Mmm.
like
Bro,
that.
do you know what tastes like that? Do you know what tastes like that?
I'm listening.
The green play.
Ooh,
The energy
yeah,
drink
yeah, yeah,
play, the
yeah, yeah.
green one.
Look, also I quite liked Play at a time, but I kind of got off it. I was still into it when they had the small cans, very similar to Red Bull.
That green one, sorry to
Yeah, yeah.
interject, it tastes like those green Oros bottles, those lunch bottles that you used to take. They're the green Oros. It tastes exactly like that, but carbonated.
Do me a
Bro,
favor. I'll
that's like throwing the
I
clock
will
back.
get the green play if you go taste the green dragon because the green dragon's like $10 and make sure it's the green one. Don't kid yourself with others. Green dragon and I'll go get the green play and then I'll give my opinion on it. We can do it in private. I think
Okay.
enough energy drinks.
Or for the next one, Brett, we can start it off. For the next one, we can start it
We
off,
might
bro.
drink it. We don't have to speak about it again, but we'll have it. We'll have it with us.
But now, serious chat. Um, Talking about energy, right? I would have thought that the energy of starting Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi would have surely got PSG across the line against Brugge. But clearly, they don't know what's going on. Even now, Poch even substituted Messi this past weekend. And yeah, and now it turns out Messi apparently has a bruised bone. But just talking about energy, it's like the Champions League is back. We have teams playing right, left, and center. I think last week's game week was probably one of the highest scoring game weeks in Champions League history or something like that. There were goals galore. Liverpool came back from the dead again. Salah missing a pen, which like I can't even remember if he has ever missed one for us. It's just insane, bro. There's so much energy around the football world at the moment.
For sure. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I've been intrigued with the debate on the whole Ronaldo and Messi thing at the moment, obviously because they just moved clubs, and that's obviously been interesting. And I must say, Ronaldo's hit the ground running. Say what you want about how he scored the goals, they've all gone in. It's all goals on his name. And PSG, bro, damn, drawing against Club Brugge in the Champions League was shocking. I think just because I couldn't believe. I remember we were speaking before the game. We're like, how many? Five, six? How many? How many they conceding? And I think that's where like the Champions League and the Super League is so like. I'm glad the Super League did not come into to fruit because that's like you'll never see Club Brugge play PSG in a Super League where it's so
Yeah.
nice to see a, a reasonably decent team in Belgium draw against a super team. So that was great, and I think the message is
Bro, they're the champions of the Belgian
oh,
league.
there we go, there we go. I know them and Anderlecht and Gent and Genk are always in the mix, but anyway, um, just to move it on from there. Uh, PSG was struggling again on the weekend against Olympique Lyon, and then they had to substitute Messi, and I think after he was subbed, they actually scored and won the game, luckily. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. I think maybe he's been too spoiled a couple of last years, and I think being subbed might have ruffled some feathers. But you know what? That's part of the game, and they need to do what's best for PSG and not Messi. Um, but just to segue into the Prem, I'm quite very impressed with Chelsea, bro. And I'm saying this with how can I say as a scared Liverpool supporter. Not because I don't back my team, but just I see like Chelsea are the real deal, bro. Like they just push Tottenham to the side. Look, they didn't really impress that much in the champs. They were quite dull. But I thought Tottenham did well until their blips against Palace, and then it's just been like all problems have just hit them at once. I think they drew in their UEFA Conference League, if I'm not mistaken as well. So from where I thought,
Yeah,
yeah, I
against Ren.
thought Nuno was doing a brilliant job. They've won their first three games, and it's just they've like hit a wall. I think it was inevitable, but yeah, I didn't think it was coming that quick. But yeah, Chelsea, dude, I'm impressed. Just quickly on Liverpool, don't want to talk too much about them, but dude, brilliant. Also, just getting a job done, going a little bit under the radar. Brilliant team. Everything's just looking good. So
Yeah. I think if we look at it at the current minute, no one's going to agree or no one wants to admit, but the current Premier League race is a two-horse race in that it's Liverpool, Chelsea. Yes, United are there, but in terms of asserting dominance, United, apart from that first league game, hasn't really like produced a performance where people are like, damn. They came back against Wolves, they came back against West Ham and whatnot, and they've gotten wins, right? But they haven't really like just like slammed their authority on the league. But I don't mind people not talking about Liverpool because we're quietly doing our business. Us and Chelsea have only conceded one goal each, and that was in the game that we played against each other. And the goal we conceded, and the goal they conceded were two, you know, relatively freak events. You know, Chelsea conceded from a pen. Most teams concede from a pen, and we conceded from a looping header, which, to be fair, I don't think any defense or keeper would have beaten because it was just one of
And
those fluke kind
it
of
wasn't even a corner,
headers that
actually,
like hit the
funnily
back
enough.
and like go over everyone.
Wasn't a corner. But anyway, let's not divulge into this. But
Yes, yes, yeah, we discussed
mm,
that
mm.
previously, but it's nice. It's nice. It's going well. It's going well, and you know, I think football's in a very exciting place. If specifically the Champions League and the Prem, and we have a lot to look
I
forward to.
think what's quite interesting for me is the result of the weekend was City Southampton ending 0-0, because I was thinking to myself, City didn't really have a striker last year. They had Aguero now and then, but they had the team they had now, including Grealish now. And for me, it feels like they just they've kind of stagnated for now. They really could get on a run and they could just run away with the league. But
Mm,
from the look, they were also very slow starters last season. But just from what I've seen in the first, I think it's 5 games now.
agreed,
I'm quite
agreed.
shocked, dude, because they've got such great talent. They've lost to Spurs. They drew against Southampton. Um, it's nothing like too worrying, but as you mentioned, and like Chelsea and Liverpool have put the dominance out. United are lucky to be in the mix, especially with the last minute penalty save, a very lucky win against Wolves. But they're there, and that's what counts. But it's just like City. There's not been a blister like 5-0, 4-0, 4-0, 4-0. Like, you know how they're ruthless, they just go and they kill the game. Where, like, it just, I was backing them, even in my fantasy, I was backing them to give Southampton at least 4 or 3 at least. And I was quite shocked, but not even a goal.
Well, that's also considering how they've been playing and how Southampton have been playing.
No, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct.
But isn't that nice though, bro? Because we have the Prem this weekend. We play Brentford. You have Chelsea hosting City. You have Arsenal Tottenham. You have United against I don't know who they play this weekend, but United's playing someone. And like even the other weekend, bro, this past weekend, probably one of the most entertaining games I've seen that hasn't involved Liverpool that I've watched in a while was Brentford Wolves.
Mm, mm.
Boy, what a game! Even the Saturday night fixture, Villa versus Everton. What a game! What a bunch of goals! It's inciting. It's intense. It's football. Fans are back in the stadium. You know, English football is alive, and bro, just long may it last. The competitiveness is thrilling, and what's nice but also not nice is that it screws our FPL and it screws our Super Brew picks and whatnot. Super Brew, for those who don't know, it's a predicting app. No gambling, but like you just predict results. Um, and but bro, we getting a competitive match every single game. You don't know. You can't for 100% surety say you know who's going to win the game without being biased. So of course we're going to say Liverpool will win the game, but like the games are just so thrilling at the
It
moment.
is
It's
so,
it's
and I'm
great.
I'm gonna. I saw an interesting a video the other day about a person who's very passionate about the Serie A, and he was just going on about how they've lost like their main attractions. Lukaku leaving, Ronaldo leaving. I think he mentioned Romero that went to Spurs, and like the how can I say, the quality has been lessened throughout the league. And he's like, if any Serie A team makes it into a Champions League semi-final, they should be celebrating for weeks because the English game is ahead of everything at the moment, and that was quite like it's good to see for Prem because that's the league I watch the most and I love the most. I do enjoy watching some Serie A now and then, but it's not my main focus or my biggest love, if I could say that. But it's just, I don't know, dude. I think as you said, it's exciting. Football is well alive and everything, and it's so good to have fans back. So good to have like away games, home games with that extra energy. So yeah, well, on the football chats, dude, I'm thinking football's doing brilliant. I'm excited for the Prem. I'm sure we'll have many more podcasts discussing more football and what's happened. But yeah, brilliant times.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, football and the standard of football that we are seeing, especially in the Prem, as of late, is just impeccable. And yeah, just long may it last, bro. But I must admit, bro, it's been great. It's been great just having a chat with you. Of course, we've missed Tubbs today, but hopefully he will be back shortly. But thanks for thanks for
No,
thanks for
thank you,
tonight, bro.
brother. And on that, please give our previous podcasts a listen. Leave comments on our Instagram and what you would like us to speak about, or if you have any questions for any of us. And if you just have something to say about the podcast that you've just listened to. And thank you for listening so much. Please share it to your friends and family and go like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And with that, peace out from the Musings team.
Cheerio.